Why do you wish to sail west?
To open a new route to Asia. Asia is the richest kingdom, the land of spices and gold. At the moment, there are only two ways of reaching it. By sea, sailing around the African continent. The journey takes a year. Or by land. But the Turks have closed this route to all Christians. There is a third way. By sailing west across the ocean sea.
The distance is unknown. It's said to be infinite.
Superstition. I believe the Indies are no more than 750 leagues west of the Canary Islands.
How can you be so certain?
The calculations of Toscanelli, Marin de Tir, Esdras.
Esdras is a Jew.
So what's worse?
2 minutes, and already you're a dead man.
For telling the truth?
Yes. We are burning people for less. The men you're about to confront have no emotion.
Dios mío. María Purísima.
Pues qué.
No!
Tay baklim. Hanga. Hay ka beyer. Ay man kawasin. Hani maha. Tulang ito.
Inhabited by both Arabs and Jews, Palestine had been under the rule of Great Britain for 3 decades. In 1947, Britain announced that it planned to leave, its soldiers and economy exhausted by World War II. Zionists saw the chance to establish a country of their own, while Arabs denounced the proposed Jewish state as an attempt to steal Arab land. War between Arabs and Jews seemed inevitable. Zionist leaders turned to Jewish Americans, now the largest Jewish community in the world, soliciting funds from those Jews who saw the state of Israel as the fulfillment of a 2,000-year-old dream.
My parents had worked for so long to make the state a reality and raised money and scrimped and run benefits and strawberry lunches. We had a household that revolved around making Israel a state.
Fearing that a Jewish state could not survive the impending Arab onslaught, some Jewish Americans joined the Israeli underground army, the Haganah.
There were people who just came out of the woodwork. They had seen what was going on in Europe, and they had a need to just volunteer for this war that's about to begin.
To provide the Zionists with weapons, Jewish Americans had to dodge British soldiers. Britain closely guarded Palestine's border, hoping to prevent the outbreak of war and to win the sympathy of Arab nations who controlled the region's oil.
So all the activity that goes on in America has to be done underground. They're acquiring dynamite, they're acquiring sometimes airplanes. They flew airplanes over from Florida, surplus that they bought. At a certain point, I wanted to go on one of these ships that was leaving America to pick up refugees in Europe and to smuggle them into Palestine. This was illegal, and so the Americans are saying, we can't allow any kind of public undertaking of this sort. The British are saying, you've got to stop this. This is international law. And yet you had people ready to take those risks. American Jews made the difference in having a state or not having a state.
The UN session is being transmitted to Palestine, where huddled over radios or listening to loudspeakers in the streets, The people are avidly following the count.
Afghanistan? No.
The excitement among Jews around the country was overwhelming. Zionism was a popular movement.
Abstention?
Even people who had no intention of going there were so ignited by the idea of Jews once again having their pride and having their homeland that it was taken for granted.
Soviet Union? Yes. United Kingdom?
I remember so clearly.
Abstain?
We had our ears glued to the radio for the vote at the UN.
The resolution of the Committee for Palestine was adopted by certain people.
And when it happened, people just poured into the streets. And my parents were crying, and it was just totally thrilling.
There was so much excitement when the state was declared. For the first time, we would be able to be, we thought, in charge of our own destiny.
We would always have a place to go. We had a home. This was our country, but that would always be our home. And home, Robert Frost says, is when you go there, they have to let you in.
Once Israel was created in 48, the Israelis expected the Jews around the world to rise up and go there. They didn't. Most Jews in America were perfectly happy here. And frankly, Israel depended for its survival during the first few years on donations from American Jews. If the Jews had all gone to Israel, there would have been nobody to keep Israel afloat.